Welcome to Wife Secrets channel. Enjoy watching. I'm 35 years old, standing at 6'7" with **** brown hair that brushes my shoulders. My frame is a blend of strength and softness, the result of years spent moving between the demands of life and fleeting moments of self-care. As I stare at the barn doors before me, the familiar scent of hay and leather wraps around me like a comforting but unyielding embrace. Inside, my beautiful horses. Thunder waits patiently. His deep black coat gleams even in the dim light that filters through the barn slats. His large, intelligent eyes seem to be studying me, almost like he's daring me to step forward. Thunder and I go way back. He was my sanctuary in my 20s, when life was simpler, freer. But as responsibilities piled up, work, family, and the relentless passage of time, I drifted away from him and from the version of myself that felt invincible. Now standing here with Thunder's lead rope in hand, I feel the weight of years spent avoiding this moment. It's not just about the saddle or the ride. It's about proving to myself that I can reclaim pieces of who I used to be. The barn is quiet except for the rhythmic creak of the wind pressing against the old wooden beams. My heart thunders in my ****, mimicking the storm of doubt swirling in my mind. I can't remember the last time I felt this nervous. Maybe it's because this moment feels like more than a simple choice, it feels monumental. A turning point. I glance at Thunder, who shifts his weight and snorts softly, as if to say, "It's about time." I've always envied his calm. Even now he's grounded steady, a stark contrast to the chaos inside me. My fingers tighten around the lead rope as I try to steady my breath. I haven't ridden in years, and the thought of climbing into the saddle again feels daunting. What if I've lost my touch? What if I fail? Thunder nudges my shoulder, his warm breath brushing against my cheek. Pulls me out of my spiral. For a moment. Animals have a way of cutting through human pretense. They see us as we are vulnerable, flawed but capable. He's seen me at my best and worst, and somehow he's still here. I take a deep breath, letting the cold air fill my lungs and clear my head with shaky hands. I adjust the saddle. The leather is worn, but it's held up well over the years, much like Thunder and me. It's a relic of a different time, but today it feels like a bridge to something new. My fingers fumble as I tighten the straps and I can't help but chuckle nervously. Looks like I'm a little rusty. I murmur. Thunder's ears twitch as if in agreement. I glance over my shoulder. My best friend Grace stands near the barn door, her arms crossed, but her expression soft. "You don't have to do this today, you know," she says gently. "No," I reply, shaking my head. "I do. It's time." Grace nods, offering a small smile that's equal parts encouragement and understanding. She's seen me wrestle with this for years, but she knows this decision has to come from me. Thunder shifts again, and I take it as a sign. It's now or never. I place my foot in the stirrup, my leg trembling as I lift myself into the saddle. The creak of the leather and the familiar feel of the seat beneath me send a rush of memories, flooding back. For a moment I'm frozen, gripping the reins too tightly as fear bubbles up again. But Thunder stands still, his steady presence grounding me. "I've done this before, I can do it again." "All right, boy," I whisper, urging him forward with a gentle nudge. He moved slowly at first, as if sensing my hesitation, but then his stride smooths out. The rhythm is awkward initially, but with each step my body begins to remember. The muscle memory kicks in and I start to relax. The barn fades behind us as we move into the open field. The wind picks up, tugging at my hair and filling my lungs with the crisp scent of earth and grass. It's exhilarating and terrifying all at once. My grip on the reins loosens as I let Thunder find his pace. The fear that's been gripping me so tightly begins to ebb, replaced by something I haven't felt in a long time: freedom. We break into a canter, the world blurring around us. The rush of the wind against my face and the rhythmic pounding of Thunder's hooves against the ground drown out the noise in my head. I feel alive, present and unapologetically myself. For the first time in years I'm not thinking about work deadlines, past failures or future uncertainties. I'm just here in this moment, reclaiming a part of myself I thought was lost. When we finally slow to a stop, my ****t heavens with exertion and emotion. I slide off Thunder's back, my legs wobbling slightly as they adjust to solid ground. I run my hand along his neck, murmuring a quiet thank you. He nozzles me in response, and I can't help but smile. Grace jogs over her face, alight with pride. You did it, she says, her voice brimming with excitement.
Yeah.
I reply, my own grin widening. I did. The ride was more than just a test of skill or bravery. It was a declaration to myself that I am still capable of growth, of change, of taking risks. I didn't do it for anyone else, not for Grace, not for the memories of who I used to be. I did it for me, and that's enough. As I lead Thunder back to the barn, the world feels a little lighter, a little bigger. The fear isn't gone. I doubt it ever will be, but it no longer has the same hold on me. I glance back at the open field, the horizon stretching endlessly ahead, and I realized something important. This isn't the end of my journey, it's just the beginning. Later that evening, as I sit in the cozy warmth of my kitchen, I replay the day in my mind. Grace is seated across from me, sipping tea and recounting the exact moment she saw my shoulders relax during the ride. It was like you finally let go, she says with a smile. I nod, feeling the truth of her words. Sink in letting go of fear, of expectations, of perfection had been the hardest part.
What do you think?
Thunder felt. I ask her. Grace tilts her head thoughtfully. Beautiful horses feel everything, you know that. But I think he was just happy to see you come back to him. Her words linger in my mind. Long after she leaves. I sit in the quiet of my home, the soft glow of the lamp casting long shadows on the walls. It occurs to me that today was about more than a single ride. It was a rekindling not just of my bond with Thunder, but of the parts of me I'd let drift away. I feel a deep gratitude not only for him, but for the small, persistent voice inside me that insisted I try. The next morning I'm back at the barn before the sun fully rises. The air is crisp, tinged with the promise of a new day. Thunder greets me with a soft nicker, his breath forming small clouds in the cool air as I prepare him for another ride. My movements are less hesitant. I'm still nervous, but it's a quieter kind of fear, one that whispers instead of roars. I think about all the times I let fear hold me back, and I promise myself that won't happen again. We set out into the field, the morning dew, clinging to the grass. This time I guide Thunder toward the wooded trail that winds through the edge of the property. The path is narrow and uneven, the trees forming a canopy overhead. The stillness of the woods is both calming and invigorating. I feel a connection to the earth, to Thunder and to myself. As we navigate the trail, I catch sight of a small clearing up ahead. The sunlight streams through the trees, illuminating the space like a spotlight. I guide Thunder into the clearing and pause, letting him graze. While I take in the beauty around me, this is what I've been missing, the quiet moments, the feeling of being truly present. I'm not sure how long we stay there, but by the time we return to the barn I feel a sense of peace I haven't felt in years. Thunder's calm demeanor mirrors my own, and as I brush him down, I find myself humming a tune from my childhood. It's a small thing, but it feels like another piece of myself returning. This isn't the end of my story with Thunder or with myself, it's a beginning, a reminder that growth isn't always linear and that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's a quiet decision to try again, and today that feels like enough. If you feel that this story is meaningful and brings useful lessons, please like and subscribe.